Hello and welcome to this training video. My name's Alan Marriot, Master Hypnotist and Master Therapist. This training video is going to be teaching you EFT, the EFT points and where to tap. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the basic tapping points used for EFT, the Emotional Freedom Technique. Now, before we go ahead and look at the basic recipe, we need to become familiar with our own emotional gauge or truth meter. Let me give you an example of this. If your negative emotion is anger at your mother for whatever reasons, stop and tune into those feelings of anger and ask yourself on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being extremely angry at your mother and 0, no emotional response to the thought or the problem. Now, by having this kind of gauge, you're going to be able to notice any changes to how you are feeling. Therefore, you will know if you are tapping for the right problem or emotion, but a little more on that later. So let's take a look now at the basic recipe. The first thing that you're going to need to do is the setup. Now, to do this, all you're going to have to do is to start tapping on the KC point or the karate chop point. As you do this, you'll be saying, even though I have this, list your problem there, this tension in my shoulder, for example, this anger towards my sister, this anxiety for driving, whatever it may be. Let's say you've got a terrible migraine and you've noticed that it's at about a 9 or possibly a 10 on your gauge. Even though I have this migraine, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Now you must repeat this 3 times. Even though I have this migraine, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though my migraine is killing me right now and it really hurts, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So, you may have noticed I changed things around a little on the last one. Why? Well, it really doesn't matter. What you're aiming to do is tune into that negative energy of emotion, that zzzt, that disruption in the energy system, and bring the energy of what's happening into the conscious and into the body. Basically, if you're focused on the migraine and talking about the migraine, then that's what you're going to achieve. You'll be tuned into the problem and ready to tap it out. So, there we have the setup. There are some shortcuts that one can begin to take as you begin to progress with your tapping techniques. But if you are psychologically reversed or in a PR, in other words, on a subconscious level, you don't want to be in a relationship or to lose that extra weight. A PR or psychological reversal is the main reason for self-sabotage. In my opinion, the setup only takes a few moments, a few seconds in fact, so you might as well use it just in case you are in a PR. Now, again, your setup statement can be used for absolutely anything. Even though I hate myself for letting myself get like this, I deeply and completely love and accept myself and my feelings. Even though I'm frustrated, or even though I make bad choices when it comes to my eating, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So there we have the most basic of setup statements. However, there are more variations. Let's have a look at a couple of those, just to give you that idea. Even though I have this problem, I can forgive myself and my feelings. There we have a forgiveness statement. Even though I have this problem, I choose to feel calm. There we have a choose statement. The key is to find something that works for you and that you're going to be comfortable with. You can always learn and explore the different methods as you progress with your successful life changes. Now, once you've done the setup statement, it'll be time for you to move on to the tapping points. Some tend to start with the top of the head point, while others may start with the eyebrow point. That's where we're going to begin today. Now, many people tend to tap with 2 fingers or just 1 finger, which is fine, and I'm sure it works. However, over the years, I've discovered that if you bunch your fingers and then tap on the points, what you'll find is that you cover more area. So bunch your fingers just like so and begin to tap on each point about 5 to 10 taps. But you must repeat a reminder phrase from your problem. So you might say as you begin tapping on the eyebrow point, this migraine, this migraine, this migraine. Now you can get more specific if you like. We can go to the under the nose, this throbbing pain in my head. The chin point, it's making me insane. Collarbone point, all this pain. You can express it as much as you wish, but if not, just continue with under the arm, this migraine. Top of the head, this migraine. Take a deep breath and let it go. And simply tune back into your feelings. How's the migraine? Has it changed or moved at all? Has it disappeared completely or decreased in pain at all? Let us say that it's gone down to a 7. Now you've a few choices that you can make. You can do the same round again. Even though I have this migraine, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And simply keep tapping until you get it down to 0. And you'll find, just by doing 2 or 3 rounds, should do the job. The migraine simply goes from a 7 to a 3 to a 1 and gone. Now, if you find that your gauge or meter gets stuck and nothing more seems to be happening, we need to start mixing things up a little and getting more specific. So let us say that you've got it down to a 6 and you can't seem to get it down any further. Now, go back to your setup and say something on the lines of, even though I still have some of this remaining migraine left that seems to be sitting at the front of my head, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Do this 3 times, and then go to your points. The eyebrow point, this remaining migraine. Side of the eye, this remaining migraine. Under the eye, this remaining pain in the front of my head, and so forth. Take a deep breath, and let it go. Check in to see if anything's changed, and continue tapping it down to 0. If you still find no change, again, stop and think. Okay, my migraine went from a 10 to a 7 to a 5, and now it's just not going anywhere. So what might this migraine represent to you? Did I have a bad day at the office? Has someone upset me? Close your eyes, stop and think. Notice what comes to mind when you think about your migraine. What do you see, feel or sense? Images, symbols, sounds? Or is it a memory, words of wisdom? It could be anything. It's as if you're a detective searching for the connections. So you close your eyes and start thinking, what does this connect to in my life? So I close my eyes and I think about my migraine, and an image or whatever pops in about a phone call earlier from my boss, and he's really been pissing me off lately. So what are we to do? The setup. Even though my boss has really been pissing me off lately, and I now have this terrible migraine, I deeply and I completely love and accept myself. Even though my boss is so arrogant and really makes me angry at times, which could contribute to my migraine, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though my boss is a complete tosser and it may be attached to my migraine, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Eyebrow point. My boss. Side of the eye. He really pisses me off. Under the eye. His arrogance. Under the nose. My anger towards my boss. Again, really tune in and use what feels right for you. If you find that you're not sure or you get stuck, find a suitable practitioner to help you. Sometimes it can be almost like magic, and at other times it can take a little persistence. Be specific, tune in, and tap. Now you must realize it's about connecting the tapping with these events that have gone on in your life. So, let us go through the points of the basic recipe one more time. The KP, or karate chop point, the KC, or karate chop point. Even though I have this problem, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Do this 3 times. Eyebrow point. This problem. Of course, name your problem. Side of the eye. This problem. Under the eye. This problem. Under the nose. This problem. And the chin. This problem. The collarbone point. This problem. Under the arm. This problem. Top of the head. This problem. These points are the same on each side of the body, so you can alternate if you wish. From here, here, exactly the same. Here and here, exactly the same, and so forth. Some people don't like to say the negative because they feel that they're reinforcing it. You are not. You're clearing it. It already exists. If you're feeling upset at your friend, it exists in your body. We need to bring it forward to tap on it. Now, of course, later, when you've got more space for positive or maybe statements to grow and breathe, you can begin to tap for them. So, once you have the negative zzz or disruption or emotional disruption under control, or even better, down to a 0 on your gauge, you may tap for something like eyebrow point. And I must state, you don't need the setup for this. Maybe I can let go of this anger towards my best friend. Side of the eye. Maybe I can forgive them. Under the eye. I'm letting it all go. Under the nose. All this anger and hurt towards my friend. The chin point. I can let it go now. Collarbone. I choose to let go of this anger. Under the arm. I'm free of this anger now. Top of the head. I'm happy to be free of all this anger at my friend. Take a deep breath and let it go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the basic principles of EFT and the tapping points.